Welcome to Pure Bad Taste, our bestest podcast in the whole fucking world. One of the best creation that was ever conceived by, well, us three probably, because we never done anything more better together. Well, I would like to welcome here my great friends, Charles, of course, Rory, and James. Welcome. I mean, we didn't did we actually us three make anything before? Just like us? I don't think that.
Yes. Nothing we've made together, but this is the first thing we have made.
Oh,
Something.
no. Contributed. Martin did the work. We contributed.
Admittedly, that is true. You did more. All this is your shit.
Well, yeah, definitely. This is that. That's a huge amount of work. Yeah, I have to say, this is one of my biggest
projects. Helped you out with.
What?
I think the only thing I helped you out with, Martin, was writing song lyrics and just editing down a few things. But
but that's the thing. We have done some things. I've done some things with Rory. I've done some things with James. You have done some things together. But we never us three. We never cooperated on something that we would be doing together. That's what I'm saying.
I'm still having memories of one man flash mob. To be honest,
that was funny.
Yeah. It was and right now all of that place is being constructed on right now. I just remember the fuss we had when we tried to film that bloody thing, where we were trying to do it outside of a shopping center, and they were asking us, "Please, just go."
It was
no cameras.
Very much an annoying student thing. It was me "Hey James, this would be so funny." You're one guy dancing and he's in a flash mob, but no one else is doing it. And James is "Yeah, sure." So then
I just came back to Aberdeen from Glasgow at this point. I wanted to do something.
We did that though, but we kept on going places, and no one was really. My idea was that people would at least stop and looking what are they doing, but no, zero fucks fucking given. And the only people who actually cared about shit were when we went to the main shopping mall, and we were just filming. We were about to film outside, but then some pear-shaped security officer comes down and he's "Oh, sorry, pals. You're going to have to get the proper permit and permissions." I was "So where do we get those?" You have to arrange them with the office.
So you said, "I'm really sorry, Mr. Sean Connery." Sorry, Mr.
We went in and they were "No, who are you? Fuck off."
Okay.
Which they were right to do. We're a business.
And Freya is
the thing
here.
Yay! Yeah, I'm almost, to be honest, it's almost tempted to find the bloody video and put it on.
Oh.
What
a great choice. So you are saying that
I'm not going to find it.
So you were saying that you've never seen Shawshank Redemption before we started. So how do you plead?
I admit that, and I plead guilty, but it also means I get to have the enjoyment of seeing it for the first time that none of you guys have had for years and years.
Yeah, with someone special.
Wait.
Who will pop your...
What about with how in pop culture Shawshank is? Right down to I didn't know much about it, Andy. How does that register for you? What do you know about the movie?
Yeah, tell us the story
of
the movie.
Some guy gets into prison, makes friends with Morgan Freeman, who's narrating his life and his struggles in the prison. Somehow he finds a way to escape through some tunnel that's hidden behind a poster. He gets out, he feels the rain of freedom. And Morgan's still behind, proud of his friend, and that's about pretty much all I can think of from all the gags and parodies.
Yeah, but
it's probably a lot more than that.
Yeah, the problem there is the heart of the movie is not in this. It's more about these small ups and downs and a big up and downs, because the way it's happening, how his life changing there, how he's changing the prison, and how he basically how some things can never be changed in any way. It's kind of the journey is the story, and you just know a few jokes from it. So it's that's not how the movie works.
Maybe that should be the target for me this weekend, especially because I'm getting my vaccine finally on Saturday. So maybe in this case, while I'm after I've had the vaccination, maybe I should try and see where I could find Shawshank Redemption and watch it for the first time, and then talk about it next week.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I actually had my vaccine about 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Hey, how you feeling?
Nice.
Actually, my arm was sore. Like I actually didn't expect how sore it will be, because it was on the level of like I don't mind moving with my arms, but I would rather not do, which is actually like on a, I would say, like higher level of pain for me, because like for me, for example, because I've started and stopped so many times working out, I'm not bothered anymore by the late onset muscle soreness, or what it's called. And I'm not like bothered by that. So like when my muscles are sore, I'm just like, no problem. And but this one, yeah, like it convinced me not to be too, not to move that much.
Yeah, but the thing is, from the sight of your Instagram, you've got more than enough muscle, so I think you could be taken down a peg.
Yeah,
but I'm jealous of your body or anything.
Yeah, but that's the point, like there's I have a lot of experience with, like this kind of soreness, but this was like something special. I mean, like it wasn't painful, it was annoying. I would put it that way. It was like, like someone actually grabbed like big pipe and just like smacked me in my shoulder. It's like,
and you're just,
I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that.
It's like, it's not just the instant of the hitting, it's the aftermath.
Yeah, I mean, like it
happened, going away.
It happened like 3 hours after that. Like 3 hours after that, I started like feeling something, and I would say it took me about 28 hours, like after the vaccination, like it just disappeared. Like after and it was like quite fast. Like it went up like unexpectedly fast, I would say, and then it went down unexpectedly fast. It was just like, like it's suddenly it's less sore. I don't feel anything. That's pretty much how it went. It's like, yeah, well, it's weird.
But no illness symptoms or anything, colds, whatever. Like everyone's been having different effects.
Yeah, some people were saying that they had some kind of like they felt tired. They had some kind of problems with even like with sleeping. They had some headaches and stuff. Like not me. I mean, I actually went to sleep quite early anyway, because like I had kind of long day that day. But yeah, I wouldn't say like any bonus problems. It was okay. I'll see in 40 days where I'll get the second shot. That should be the funny one. That should be the proper one. It should be the interesting one.
And
I got that one on Monday.
Ooh.
Oh, it's in your first, the second one. The second one.
Second.
Yep, your boy's fully vaccinated now, barring any variants, plagues, diseases, and/or fucking trains that come out of nowhere. Although I don't think a train can be vaccinated against. I think that's just a
no. Like it's true. It's true. It's very scientific. You can get.
You start out with a real car, and then you build up an immunity.
Exactly.
To a full train.
That's exactly how it works. It's all about the enzymes. It's all about the enzymes there. Yeah.
There's a thing someone posted up on Facebook. I'm not sure if you saw it as well, James. It's a mutual friend, I think. But he posted up like that one that's going around, the kind of myopic bullshit. Being vaccinated isn't a personality. Like, fuck off. Like, of course everyone's happy about getting a fucking vaccination.
Yeah.
We've had a 2-year-long goddamn worldwide lockdown. People are just happy. Let them post stuff and be happy. Fucking personality type. You little bitch.
Wait, if the shared friend I'm thinking of, is it the one that we're always worried about?
No,
not him. Okay.
In my case, that was actually like my friend who's does some kind of like scientific education. Like he has a like good Facebook following on his basically about like he's making videos about like not videos, but he actually makes posts and articles about science, how it works, the popularization and some memes about science they are just creating to inform people about new stuff. And he on his personal account, he actually like published the photo from I got vaccinated, like the typical like I got vaccinated, and some guy was commenting, so his friend was commenting there like I hope that you will get like photo from other vaccinations to blah, 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 to other stuff, and it's like they had like long discussions about like that how it's like virtue signaling or something. Like they didn't use these words, but pretty much the point was there this way. And like I actually managed to shut down the conversation, and the guy that was like accusing him actually like liked my post. And I said like, I was kind of like cringing myself when I was taking the photo, but I was thinking like, but we are scientific educators. We are kind of like, we were talking more than a year before the vaccines were even like announced. We are saying like, if there's going to be vaccine, we are just getting the vaccine, like no questions asked. That's what we're going to do, because that's basically our sort of a duty, we would even say. And if it would mean that we would be the first to try it, we would do it just for the like to say like, this is safe. Okay. And then like it's kind of like my Instagram post was seen by 35,000 people. So I said like, my Instagram post was seen by 35,000 people when I said like, I got the vaccination. So, I'm not convinced that I would like convince other people that are against vaccinations. Like I didn't convince any anti-vaxxers to actually get a vaccine. It's more the point of someone who's like saying like, maybe I should register, and then they see that post and say like, I should probably register, and just go to the registering site. It's not about like making huge differences. It's about like just the small pushes to those people. So I said that, and like it seems that the guy actually understood that. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of like it's kind of cringy in a way, but it works. It still works to put it out there. And also, I have chip reader here.
It feels based on fear.
By the way, I have chip reader here. I can click it. And I can actually nothing. Nothing.
It's in your bloodstream, Martin. It's moving.
I'm trying.
You have to put an extra.
I mean, because like
one explained to me, like they had to tell you like at the vaccine center, at a mass vaccine center, and they were like, just so you know, blood clots, which is the big fear for a lot of people. Like blood clots
0.0001%
happened with some people with this. I said, so what's the number? And he's like, 10 in every 1 million. I said, first off, that's a kind of negligible amount unless you already had some kind of clotting disorder. Also, fuck off. COVID will get me 100%. So jab away. A lot of people kind of have this false equivalency where it's like, do I choose COVID or do I die of blood clots? Like, you're going to die of COVID. Like, that's the one that's going to get you. My neighbors are completely anti-vax out of fear, but they've managed to delude themselves into the thing. They buy that Bill Gates is trying to track you. They buy that it only kills fat people. It's like, what? Yeah. It's like, it only kills fat people and the people who are already weak. Like, they're not wrong, but
also not skinny.
Right either.
No, it's like there are a lot of comorbidities, but the problem is that's what we usually say, like when we are talking about the education. We are saying like, this is like, it's not a problem to dying people. Like honestly, that's not a problem that we are kind of like worried about. It's bad. Yeah, but there's like much bigger problem. Like if you're just going to, because if you're trying to appeal to people that are saying, oh, just few people died, the best course of action is to say, basically. But there's another problem, and the other problem is that a lot of people have like different side effects. So like if you don't die, but you were actually like connected to some kind of machine that was breathing like for you, it's not like you will live the rest of your life without any problems. Like if you were so fucked up in this way, it's not like you were sick and you were healthy. No, it's like there's a lot of places to be placed in the middle of that. And also the other problem is there are some people that actually went through the whole COVID thing. They didn't feel anything. They didn't feel that. They just got positive test. And then they actually felt that they are kind of like shitty in a way that they didn't feel shitty before. Like they just like felt worse. And it's actually what we call the long
short breath kind of thing.
Long COVID. because it's like usually those people didn't have any problems before that, and now they have problems that we don't know if they are for a long time or they are just for a few months. Either way, it's a massive loss for economic yours whatever economical output, because if like a lot of people that are doing some work are suddenly not able to do the work 100%, well, you're losing. That's something like, and that's about like 15% of people that actually went through COVID. So if you're thinking about like, just 2% of people die from COVID and it's only the old people. Well, okay, let's say like fuck them. Okay, let's say old fat people, fuck them, whatever. But there's like 15% of young people that are just like fucked up in quite a like bad way anyway. So like even that way, it's kind of bad.
I do understand the kind of fear about it, though. Like, people are scared of, like, they fear the cure as much as they do the disease. But it's kind of like, you have to put it in kind of terms that they understand. Like, the blood clot thing, 10 in a million, those are good chances. And you've got worse chances of going day to day and dying just from falling in the bathtub or shit like that. But I do understand it is kind of like if you were buying a house or an apartment or something, and the realtor's like, here's your bathroom, here's your living room. There's a tiger loose in the next county over, but don't worry about that. This place is still fantastic. And you're like, is it going to be a problem? They're like, probably not.
It feels
it's in the next county. You're fine.
It feels
you're going to have a great place. But with COVID, but like I can understand that's the same kind of fear. It's like they just drop in like you could probably die, and then someone's like, oh fuck. But
they have to put it. They have
is like, but they have the cure. They have the cure, and there's the tiger in the next county over. But if you don't do it, where you are staying now, there is a very large, very horny gorilla in the next room. And it was 100% chance of fucking you up if you open the door. Some fat and slow people might go into the next room, and it's definitely going to get them. But
I can say
the gorilla's in the next room. Take the vaccine.
All I can say, it's more likely to be killed in a car crash than you would from dying from the blood clot.
Yeah, but that's the general problem.
I'm sure shit, yeah.
That people just don't think this way because they are already accepting these kind of like dangers, which is it's difficult to live your life without accepting these dangers. But that's what people say, like in Czech about like 500 people in like per year die in car accidents, and no one talks about them. First of all, anytime that happens, like there's an article in newspapers pretty much, so like no one talks about them. It's bullshit in the first place, because like that's just something that we report very often. Another thing is like the cars have a lot of like safety features. Like there's a lot of safety features in the cars. So like say like we are doing nothing. I mean, like we have driver's licenses, like we have this. We have also like a lot of safety features in the cars. We have PSAs. We have so many things, and like I said, no one talks about it. Like I mean, like do I live in a parallel universe? Because like I really remember that a lot of people talk about car accidents. Like they never shut the fuck up about car accidents. It's the same thing with like, a lot of people die from diabetes. No one talks about it. I mean, like, the name of the disease, but like someone probably talks about it quite a lot. I mean, like we have a diabetes awareness day or something like, like these. We are keep talking about all these things. It's not like we are actually ignoring these like dangers, and that's usually how people talk about them. Like, suddenly everyone talks about this, and no one talks about random shit that we actually talk a lot about.
There's a kind of funny one where it's like, you could argue the same points against like driving in general with the amount of death rates that go to it. I think the same arguments that you could make about vaccines and stuff, I think you could apply it to cars way more easily. It's like, he was wearing a seatbelt, but he still died in a car accident. So I guess it proves how well that worked. We might as well just not have seatbelts in cars.
The seatbelt can actually strangle you. Like it can happen. I mean, like that's the problem. Like there are some chances.
Hard enough, it can hold all your organs in place. It's all fucked up.
I mean, like there are some cases that you can be killed by your airbag. That's the thing. Like, it can happen, but just because it can happen, like there's a huge disconnect between chance of death and chance of death. Like, and that's just what people don't get about it. So yeah, get vaccinated, or you 6 people.
I would say get vaccinated, please. I mean, I rescheduled mine to go a day after because I'm being nice to work.
Fear the horny gorilla. Don't fear the tiger. That's it. I am with my dog right now.
Ow!
Hey, you. With your ways. You damn dog. There he is.
That really
He's a good boy.
Nice.
You deserve all the
This is
scratches.
Odin. Okay,
Where the heck?
He's mad.
Where the
People are climbing up his hill.
Where the heck are you?
Nice gorilla.
Oh, secret location. I am the gorilla.
No, I agree. With...
If you look over here,
yeah,
this is
Lock.
This is Sky.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay. So
yes,
guys, let's talk about the most important things, which are, of course, what have you been watching? What have you been playing? What have you been listening to? I don't know.
I mean,
COVID conspiracy theories.
They're always fun. However, one thing I watched yesterday was actually entertaining was Loki. The new thing from Disney Plus. Loki.
I have not seen anything about the Loki TV show.
Well, is it okay to put on the trailer for it anyway?
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, put on the trailer. I haven't seen anything.
Trailer touched.
Do it.
I know what this place is. The timekeepers have built quite the circus. And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
This is absurd.
Sign this too.
We protect the proper flow of time. You picked up the Tesseract, breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
Why me?
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Nah.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me. I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Why never do it again?
Okay, Dad, how is it?
It was actually kind of charming. I kind of liked it because it's the idea we're dealing with a Loki that has not had any of the character development since the first Avengers movie. This is a variant caused by whatever happened in Endgame.
Yeah, I like because
which means
that's the thing that I figured out like instantly when I've seen Endgame, and then, like, he just disappeared. I said, "Yep, that's the point where they're going to start the show from."
Off I go to hell by Disney Plus series. But it's more the fact you're seeing Tom Hiddleston. I thought he's just going to be the same thing over and over again, and I'm like, I don't care. It's excellent. And of course, you've got Owen Wilson in there, and it's like, it's like
He has a lot to make up for, Owen Wilson.
he's also
There
been
was this
through a
film
lot.
he was in. I know, but that's no excuse. I mean, just because something's going on doesn't mean you get to do awful things. And one of his awful things was this movie he did with Salma Hayek. It's I'm having a hard time remembering the name of it. But it was kind of like if The Matrix was redone, but it was really, 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 really,
Definitely
really
with
bad.
Owen Wilson, not the other Wilson.
Definitely with Owen Wilson and Salma Hayek. It's just about this guy who keeps on like downing drugs that take him into a new world. It's called Bliss. Yeah, it's an Amazon movie. It's an Amazon movie. That's why it's so fucking shit. It's called Bliss. He takes drugs. He goes super powered, but then he can also escape into the real world where he's a super successful rich billionaire in a utopian society that values pain for character development. It's real fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. And
When was this film made?
My God, if that is this past year.
I guess this is him finding his stuff, because for a while he wasn't doing anything apart from recover from the time. I think he, what was it? Did he once try to kill himself apparently at one point?
Something like that.
I mean,
yeah.
There's something like that. But he has done a couple. He's done bad films before, but this one was just especially egregious because it was definitely he phoned it in and he was doing it for a paycheck. Well, for like, I don't know how films like that get made.
Could be.
It's like it's so bad. It's like Jeffrey Bezos. What are you doing? Why are you making such a bad movie? This isn't going to make you any money. Your entire mindset is make more money, and
I'm wondering if it's to do certain connections. You do certain bad things in order to get to know someone for something else. It could be something close to a producer situation. It could be something else altogether. That's one theory, or just they thought it would be a hit. Yeah. Simple as that, and not everyone else thinks the same, which is proven.
That's how.
But at the same time, but Owen Wilson's good in this because he's being a likable self. He's got this little mustache thing going on, and it's just like I like him. There's these weird little funny touches.
I actually didn't recognize him in the trailer. I was like thinking, like, yeah, he looks familiar, and I was like, oh, yeah, Owen Wilson. Yeah, I get it.
Basically, the gray's allowed to grow. He's not wearing a mop anymore. He's actually just.
But that's the reason why I didn't recognize him. I just knew him in that one look. I was thinking like that nose seems familiar. It's like.
It's more the fact I'm also intrigued by one interesting snippet involving the person who composed the music for the series.
Yeah.
Someone called Natalie Holt, who, when I read about her, when someone talked to me about it today, and I looked her up, it's like she apparently was on Britain's Got Talent a few years ago, 2013, and got to the finals, and when she did, about to perform, she starts throwing eggs at Simon Cowell, saying he's ruined the music industry. Got to the finals in order to do this little protest against him, and I'm just like, she's perfect for this.
That's worth it.
But I need to also kind of look up again, what has she done? Because I feel like I've recognized some of her stuff before. Natalie Ann Holt. What have we got? Yeah.
Come on, Natalie.
I've got it. Head on.
Yeah,
Let's see.
But I have to say, like, I really want to see all these shows because they all seem interesting. Like in that very.
But then you have to buy Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's the Disney Plus things is the problem.
I want to get Disney Plus. It's not available here, and I'm not going to buy VPN just to get that.
If I could give
this kind of thing, it's a hard one because it seems like these things are only available to the Anglo-Saxons and anyone who happens to be around them at the time. Sorry.
But also, it's more of a case.
Tell me that isn't exactly the case. tell me that isn't exactly the fucking case.
To be honest, I think it's more because Disney want to be able to control everything involving distribution, not having to pay anything to cinemas or to TV networks.
Yeah, that's
they get all the profit. They don't have to deal with any of the shite.
Yeah, it's more.
That's all I'm seeing with it.
Yeah, the problem there is mostly legislation in this way of like, because they are trying to basically negotiate rights, and the problem is usually that they don't own all the rights because they sold them to some other companies, so that means that they need to negotiate them back, and of course like these companies actually know that they want them back, which means that the negotiation is more complicated, and that's usually how it goes, you know, like in English speaking countries they can actually, you know, like they usually had the foothold like already. But in some other, like, I mean, we have official like Disney is in Czech Republic, like it has people here and everything. It's the company officially here, but the problem is that they sold a lot of rights to other companies and subsidiaries and stuff like that, which makes it all so complicated. So basically, they cannot even launch it here right now. And that's what I assume happened, because that's usually what happens.
It's why, for example, things like the whole Marvel problem of things with Sony as well involving Spider-Man. You're not going to get the Spider-Man films on Disney Plus. They are only going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, but
because Sony worked out a deal with Netflix. That's why you've got the latest Spider-Man film there. It's why you've got Venom, and I wonder if they're going to do the sneaky way of trying to get Venom 2 on there. But I'm thinking everyone's going to be going to the cinemas, because I don't think they're going to do an instant film thing there.
Yeah, it's usually that I would assume in this way that like they want our money. That's the point. Like they definitely want more subscribers to Disney Plus. They know it. It's just like it must be less. Well, like it couldn't be worth it right now. That's the point.
Especially, for example, when we've had some problems with the cinemas, you can still see these big releases on Disney Plus. You know how you've already subscribed? Yeah, you paid about £50-60 per year. Yeah, you need to pay another 30 if you want to see this individual film.
Yeah, and also they have a weird policy about stuff being dubbed, which means that they need to do all the dubbing for that. Which reminds me, I actually know a company that is doing most of the Disney stuff. I know. I actually was right next to. Well, yeah. I should definitely contact them. Just like if they have some small speaking parts, because I would love to be in these shows. Well, but also what I wanted to say then and mostly was because I was just today I was actually right next to the dubbing studio. And it was because I was on the actually quite interesting location, and that was a robotic horror establishment. Let's put it that way. It was a futuristic red light establishment. I don't know how to say it more.
I think
robo-erotic.
I think Martin's one was. His was a lot more inventive in terms of.
Yeah, I wanted to say warehouse. That was a pun to warehouse, you know, so whorehouse. So
are we talking something? Like, are we talking something almost akin to the stuff you saw in the first season of Altered Carbon?
Yeah, like
at the beginning.
No, because I was there with because I'm doing this show for Czech television, educational, and our topic was actually sex with robots. Like, what's the future in this industry? So we were in the like only what they called actually these kind of establishments normally. What it's the proper name?
Real
brothel.
Brothels?
Brothel.
It's the way that now it's like okay. I thought that it's more. It sounds too rough. Okay, so brothel. It's a.
Or a bunny ranch.
Okay, it's a robotic brothel, and like so far the word robot is very loose. Like it's basically just a lot of these dolls, these sex dolls. So I touched several. I have to say it's like it doesn't remind me of human skin. Like it's something. I would say it's a kind of
plastic
analog to it. Well,
we're getting into full neckbeard territory. Get your neck beards out, boys.
That doesn't. I would say like
How did it feel? Did it feel good? Did it feel like a real girl?
No, like do we like for one like I was thinking like it would be funny if they're like in one scene I was holding her hand, because I'm like, I wouldn't call it because I'm kind of progressive in this way. So I was holding her hand, and the way of like doing this basically, like so like she was actually holding me this way, and I've done it just for a joke. But I have to say it's more comfortable to do it with something without body temperature, because like it doesn't get sweaty. It was actually quite nice that way. Because it didn't get there.
Okay. We found a new fetish for you.
No, like holding head with well, I'm assuming that it's silicone doll. Yeah, it was more pleasant than with human, because they just get sweaty. I don't like
some people are into that kind of thing though.
Yeah, but I have to say,
no, you like them clean.
It was just like interesting to talk about all these things. Also, there was a, let's say, sex doll guy, which I would say that first of all,
you mean a guy that was a sex doll, or
guy who was the sex doll? Guy who was a sex doll. And first of all, like my abs are definitely harder than his. Like because it's the same material that they use for boobs. So so it's not hard at all. So you can just like squish it. So I was like, this is not fucking. It's like that's not abs. Like I mean, like that's shit.
I feel like the question would be, what is this? Wait. I feel like it'd be like, what is this material? I could use this for a keyboard rest up and looking for someone that would really be good for the wrist.
Oh yeah, that's exactly the material.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, that's exactly the material. These like mouse pads with the silicone filling. It must be silicone.
Yeah.
It must be silicone.
Must be silicone.
Also, he didn't have his tool, which was kind of weird. Like because we wanted.
Wait. The question is,
he didn't have a penis.
As in, did you want him to have his tool?
Yeah, because I wanted to like make some dick pics. Yeah, like my plan.
Comparing abs, you wanted to compare everything else.
My plan was to make 3 photos where I'm holding a dick. It's like, because I assume that it will be like bigger than mine, So I was like, I can hold his dick, snap few photos, and then like, oh yeah, it's like that's my dick. With my head, you can actually.
I was more worried you're gonna be like, yeah, mine's bigger.
Yeah.
No, like you can. I could just like write my name here, like it's like Martin. I just whatever I do here. I would just like grab it, like so yeah, that must be his. That must be like it's his hand. So like obviously it must be. I mean, it looks kind of weird. Like the skin tone is completely off, but yeah, that must be his dick.
Somewhere, if your friend that does the fanfics has listened to this, they're gonna come up with more ideas right now. Just saying.
Yeah, but there was also they had their chair that had this kind of like weird cup holder, let's call it, which was that you placed in your crotch, and then you used a virtual reality, and it was connected. So basically, you felt exactly what would happen there. I didn't try it, but I trust them in their assessment of that. So they said basically you can like do whatever you want there, because it's a 3D. How would I put it? It's a 3D model, so you can like make her do some stuff, and you would actually feel that.
3D model of a vagina.
No, 3D model of just like virtual girl, some like cat girl or whatever.
Of the vagina.
Well, the vagina is there actually physically, the stuff there. But what I'm saying, like in the virtual reality, you can do stuff there then, which was interesting as well. Yeah, that was interesting experience just to see it, to be there. And it's like the owner was like, at least he seemed very intelligent, like about robotics, AI, and other stuff. Like it was actually also quite interesting to talk with him about the ethics of it, and like how he actually perceived it from the like how it can be used to let's say for people that are not really good in expressing themselves properly. And then we actually had we had a talk with ethics professor that was talking, like we talked with him about the ethics of robot sex, because that's his kind of like robot future is his specialty. So he was talking how basically it's kind of difficult to say if it's even a sex because it's a robot, so it doesn't. And then like he actually sees the future in this, in a like basically that's the future, that we will experience our life mostly in virtual world. Yeah.
You mean basically it's basically going the way of the whole Demolition Man future.
Yeah, but that was actually I refer to that because like he was actually saying, like, because we right now we are connecting the physical act of sex like too much with he was like say intimacy, in the way of like it's a mechanical, it's mostly like mechanical chemical things, but the relation, like human relationships are more complicated this way. So maybe if we would actually like remove the thing like the sex from the equation, it might have been more harmonious this way, because like according to research there's actually a lot of partners issue are based on sex. So like that's so it could actually cure these problems.
It's just because I have seen a lot of these studies and a lot of things like Channel 4 shows. They were talking about one, I don't know if you saw it already, one involving one that basically made a sex robot in California, which weirdly had a Scottish accent, apparently, which is like fair enough. But it's the idea that
It's a very sexy accent.
Of course it is. Red-haired, of course, that you could customize if you wanted to. But I was more intrigued by some studies and the fact that it could help people who have trouble talking to people, everything from people who are autistic to people who don't like being around people, or even people that need a bit of help being able to do something again because of horrible things that have happened to them. It's either there could be some beneficial things to things like this.
The ethics professor actually told me, and the thing that I didn't know, that on a like latest sex conference that they like have about all these things, like when they sexuologues just like meet up and talk about all those things, they pronounce sex to be human right. The way of like it's basically that it has so many benefits for a human that would be like weird to try to stop it, which doesn't mean that you have a right to have sex with anyone you want. It's more like you shouldn't deprive people of sex. It was more that you shouldn't try to stop. Like basically, what I'm saying is Catholics are wrong.
No. I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying here. It's like if the person is amenable to it, like this is a consensual thing. It shouldn't be stopped just because of some weird social faux pas or religious purposes. Yada yada. It shouldn't be like that. No.
I was getting a bit worried because Roddy was downright going into De Niro face again, and that's going to be bad.
But that's also that's the thing. Like it's kind of like difficult even like when I asked him about like so like kids shouldn't be denied to have sex like when they like, and he basically like kind of got me because he said like, I mean, kids masturbate, so like obviously they they are like it works that way. Like it's like it doesn't mean that they should have sex with or something like that. No, the problem there, like it's
kind of
it's kind of
it's not the same equivalency though, guy. Like just because you can throw a punch doesn't make you Mike Tyson.
No.
I mean,
you can't really equate.
I mean, for one thing, kids should be discussing sex, yes, including safe sex, including the idea of talking about it comfortably without it leading to horrible possible consequences and bad things.
But now the point there is more with the robots, like with that, when there's no potential problems from that, like it's more about yeah, because the problem usually when we're talking about sex, we are talking more about the problems of like social implications of abuse, of all these things that are like problematic. But if you would like remove all these potential problems, it's like if we that will be controversial as fuck. But if we would talk about like I like, do you know Destiny, the streamer? He makes a lot of like political videos. He argues a lot of with alt-right and with all these like Lauren Southern and stuff like that. He basically, and then he uses one thing when he's like trying to figure out if the person is able to argue from like basic like the assertions of logic, and like if one thing follows from the other. And one thing that he's using is that like the argument is about incest. And he's basically what he's saying, because that's like what he's usually like showing there is the problem isn't the incest. Usually the problem is all the other problems there, which means like the problem is with the power dynamics, for example. Like the power dynamics is that something that we don't want. Like because like there's a huge power dynamics between the parent and the kid. You know, that's like, and that would be bad with any other. That's like, that's why we refuse the power dynamics between teacher and a student. Like, for example, because that's just based on that power dynamics, it's bad. Also, there's like this like genetical component, which you can like argue like, yeah, of course, if they would have kids. But the fun, like when you like start removing all these things, like for example, okay, you have 2 twin brothers that are gay, and they want to have sex with each other. Tell me where's the problem. It's like, okay, so like they cannot have kids. There isn't any like power dynamics problem because they are the same age. It's like you have all these things. It's like okay, where's the problem? Where the fuck is the problem? You cannot find one because like it's not based on that.
There's the emotional and mental kind of part to it. The emotional part is that you cannot have physically and romantically involved relationship with a family member and still kind of maintain a family dynamic. It's a romantic partner.
Yeah, but
family. Like, it's a kind of weird overlap which you couldn't really justify with the person that already share the same genetics with you, even if it's a even if it's in a non-productive capacity.
That's okay. Okay, like, let's do this. Okay, another modification. Let's do another modification. They never met before. They were separated at birth. They never met. They don't have any prior relationship before that. Where's the problem then?
This is a real one.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No,
that's what I'm saying. The problem is like what he said right now. The problem is like then the problem isn't in the like they are related. They have a long relationship before that was like based on completely different things. I agree. But if you like, okay, I remove this problem then, like where's the problem then? So you know, like the problem with incest is not based on
capacity.
Admittedly,
if they were found out, that would still ruin the dynamic.
Yeah, but okay, but that's family. That's the social. That's
probably more problem. Indicative of like.
As in you're talking.
We're social creatures. You can't remove that entirely.
You're talking about effectively social conditioning.
Yeah. Okay. So no one will ever find it out. Like we can somehow. Like that's the point. Like the problem usually stems like from all other problems that you have there. Like it's not about the fact of the incest itself. It's more about that. Usually you would say, and I would like argue that in all cases. You have all the other problems that are encapsulated in that incest. But if you would remove all these problems, the incest itself wouldn't be the problem. That's what I'm saying. Usually they are implied by the incest, but if you would remove that, it wouldn't be a problem. So that's how it's like. So you have to go through that. That's the same in this case with the sex. You know, like it's like the problem isn't with the kids having sex. The problem is usually the social one, the power dynamics. But then, like because the biggest problem there is usually when you start arguing for these things, why is it a problem? You can find a lot of examples that are like in our just regular world that we don't consider a problem. Like for example, like we don't have any laws against like people that have some kind of weird genetic disease not to reproduce. You know, like, we don't have any laws against that.
That's a rough one because there have been laws in the past for that. But
yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. Like we don't want to have laws against that, right?
Like, basis. No, because it is down to the person, and a lot of people do actually choose to like. Get the snip or just like not reproduce at all because they're like, well, this is fucked up. This is fucking me up. I don't want to pass this down. A lot of people with like MS or try and get their MS diagnosis, find out what the dangers are there, because that thing can really
some
just
are actually submitting
that's an interesting
some are putting their
one
stuff
to do.
to genetic.
Yeah, but then you
as
can
well,
go.
because that's the thing that's happening.
But sometimes you have, for example, some people have genes that they cannot make kids together, because like those like they don't have the problem themselves. But if they would make if they would have a baby, it would be like it would have this problem, like for example, which would like basically it's the same odds if like siblings will have kids. You know, they have like, yeah, but what I'm saying is it's more problem of that thing that the problem of the incest itself. Like, yeah, you can actually listen to the conversations like the Destiny made on that. And it's kind of interesting because it makes you like think about. It's because as he said, like he doesn't support incest in any way. It's more about the like actually trying to find what's the problem. Like if you're trying to just to find what's the problem there, and if you separate that, if the problem is actually there, or if you are just like taught to say just automatically, yeah, that's wrong, just because that's how you perceive it, like just based on your own experience and not based on the thing itself.
It's a wee bit of an oversimplification. It's kind of like those sex positive books from like the 70s where they also equated gay sex with just like fucking your hand in terms of like how useful it actually is and what kind of pleasures derive from it. Like, no, you're missing a few steps there, but also you're kind of right. Like, but that's not the full story. Like the full thing always has to be taken into account. You can break down any argument by taking away all the factors, but the kind of ending of it is that you have to maintain a kind of base of like, here's how this works. You need family dynamics, romantic dynamics, you need a life that you can lead. And people are kind of primed, I would say biologically primed, not just mentally, physically, and societally. We are biologically primed to go be plenty and multiply. And the kind of incest attitude really goes against that, no matter what the Bible tells you.
That again, like that's I love that people.
The Bible says it's okay.
I hope that people of this gaming podcast. But what I'm saying there again, it's more.
We should wrap this bit up.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying there again, like yeah, of course, like all these elements, but I actually think that you can reduce that. You can reduce that better because at the end, it's a lot of. That's because we are programmed by society, of course, by our own genetics or like other experiences, like not to do these things, which are like, I'm not denying that. What I'm mostly saying is that that's not how we approach any other topic. You know, like we are not approaching we are not approaching topic of rape in the way of like just saying like, yeah, we are programmed this way and you cannot take it away from no, we are actually like disassembling it to the bits and like saying this is wrong because of this specific thing, like, and that's why it's wrong. Like we can actually show like some, like I would say, some objective parts of our morality, and if you are not willing to examine all these things, like it's not like, I don't think that you being then like intellectually honest.
I suppose intellectually honest is that I can consider a lot of factors at once.
Yeah,
I can't just take away the factors of one situation until it like fits whatever hypothesis would then make me accept it. I can take it case by case. If two brothers are perfectly happy together, I think it's fucked up, but I think the one to kind of take there is that you don't step on it, because if they want to be weird together, they can be weird together. There's nothing in law. Mm-hmm. There is something in law against it, but we will ignore it because it's not exactly one you can enforce.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's the problem is usually in the other parts than in the thing itself. I mean, like you would hardly find
if robots help stop all these.
No,
if robots stop all this argument, it's just like stop fucking your brother and go fuck the flesh. It's a communal fleshlight. That's what the guy's selling. Holy shit. It's like Roman bathhouses where they had the sponge on the stick to wipe their arses. It's going to be a sex robot. It's the new sponge on a stick. It's gonna be the robot with the weird dick or the virtual VR girl. It's like, come sit in the chair. Don't worry, we wiped it down with extra strong sanitation.
Let's round this up, please.
Yeah, it's done. It's done.
Thank.
And what about the brothel industry? What about the prostitutes? How are we really forgetting?
Will their wages be affected by these new robot competitors?
But that's the other thing
probably.
that I actually went to other place to record, and that was meat laboratory, which was about like laboratory grown meat, how they are trying to grow just meat.
I was going somewhere.
Yeah, I did it.
Just meat, just normal, usual meat.
It was just a weird kind of
I know,
over the
like,
bits there,
like
buddy.
And we were, of course, we were discussing
making extra large sausage.
We were, of course, discussing the other thing, which is like, can we grow a human meat, and would that be cannibalism?
It wouldn't be human meat then. It would just be lab-grown meat. That's the kind of point of it. Is like, it's just meat from a lab. To be human meat, it would have to come from.
But
a human.
you cannot like separate these things. You need to take them as whole. Blah 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 blah. You just said that. Okay.
Well, the origin matters. If it's grown in the lab, fuck yeah.
Soylent Green.
Even try
It's kind of people.
What came first, the human or the Soylent Green?
Okay, yeah. So that was fun as well. Yeah. These sessions.
But otherwise,
I like it.
But otherwise, dear Roddy, what have you been watching or playing or whatever? Because I need something to get my mind away from all that incest stuff. Because
honestly, my mind
sorry,
was
but
still on the
James, you are making
robots.
Sorry, James, you're just making mistakes by like putting it on yourself. You just like need to depersonalize from this kind of discussion and just think about it from ethical perspective. That's the thing. Like just ethics, just philosophy.
I'm
Have sex with the robot, James. Have sex with the robot. You know
I would have sex, but maybe. No, it's just the incest talks. I
sex with the robot.
I just cope with the conversation to a certain point, but
Let the robot have sex with you. Everything about that one.
the safe word is pineapple.
The safe word is 1100110011.
Yeah.
But
we're about one binary away from this meaning either stop or harder.
so like, okay, why is there a flail involved? Oh, I forgot the extra.
Okay. So what have you played?
Sure. Yeah.
I've actually gone back to an old favorite of mine. So I loaded up the old Xbox 360 because I was away PlayStation, I was away from other stuff, but I had the Xbox, so I loaded up one of my old favorites, Max Payne 3, which if none of you have seen what it looks like, here's what it looks like.
The way I see it, there's two types of people. Those who spend their lives trying to build a future. And those who spend their lives trying to rebuild the past. Too long I've been stuck in between, hidden in the dark, locked on a course of destruction. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
You gotta love those trailers made from in-game footage.
I don't.
The game holds up, man. I played it. It was super great fun. I love playing Max Payne. Just the whole premise of the game is great as well, because what you've got is you got a kind of varying difficulty of bullet time, gun dodging and play, right? Great fun. I think that there's 100 ways that you could just do it. Like, so I could do it right. I could do the cover. I could dodge here. I can do the jump here. Or you can be like, I wonder what happens if I jump off the top of the stairs to where I know the guy will be, run into him, and fire twin machine guns all the way down the general direction where the bad guys are. You'll have great fun through each kind of run through. And the whole premise is funny because Max Payne, like, if you take away the gritty monologue, so Max Payne, I remember the first game was kind of janky and sort of funny. The second one is a bit more serious. A lot of people prefer the second one. But the third one is a kind of great intersection because he's got this dramatic monologue and myopic vision of the world going on. And then if you were to take away his monologue, if you were to take away like his narration, the other characters are seeing a really pilled up drunk guy like slowly stumbling from room to room, just kind of looking semi-serious and like, I have to go do this. It's like, Max, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. There's a dramatic monologue. He's just lumbering slow in no way that makes any sense. He looks like your dad if he went back to the gym. And he kind of moves like it in the game as well. You don't really sprint. You just kind of like do a dad jog through whilst holding up guns. I think it's so funny, but really fun. And I can enjoy the whole thing in the game as well, because Max is a cool character. Like, even with the innate comedy of it, he's still funny. He's still funny, cool.
That's the thing. How long ago was Max Payne?
Max Payne 3, I think that was like 2013. Like, it was on the tail end of like
the end of the 360 PS3 generation. Yeah, good. Because it was just about that point where the next generation was coming in. But it's more the fact it's owned by Rockstar now. Before it was other people that had Max Payne, right?
Yeah.
This was the first time that Rockstar did this game.
It's only on Xbox and Windows. Yeah. But it did get a Mac port. I don't know why this game didn't get more ports, man. It's so fun. It's so good. And it's Max Payne. It's loads of fun.
Part of me wonders if a lot more money was lost because of things like, you know what else came out for Rockstar around 2013, I think, if I'm correct? LA Noire.
Go ahead, bud. Yeah, it was
about that time. Like, they're almost kind of near neck and neck.
Yeah, a lot more people were interested in LA Noire's, like, oh, they can capture a whole human face.
And then at the same time, there was also
so janky.
And at the same time, bits of GTA 5 as well, I believe. The first iteration of it was coming out around this time too, right? 2013, 2014. So it's like at this point, and then GTA 5 just kept making on money and money that they didn't really have to do much to do for Max Payne or. I'm still surprised.
It's a shame. They should have done more.
Especially because LA Noire got a remastered collection thingamabob out, didn't it? And yet Max
Payne...
it
didn't fucking deserve it. It's so outdated. Max Payne definitely deserved a remaster.
I mean, at least Max Payne 1 and 2, you can buy and download for PS4 and technically play on your PS5 through backwards compatibility. In the original PS2 kind of games, you're able to buy for a classic collection thing. But I don't see anything for 3. I don't know if it was even ever. It wasn't ported to 4 or Xbox One, was it?
No.
Part of me wonders. There must be some Max Payne sort of anniversary coming up. You'd imagine.
I don't know, but
depends.
I actually played very similar game right now.
Ooh.
It's I would actually suggest, because we lost a lot of time in on other stuff, maybe we should probably not talk about not do fanfiction this time.
We should.
We're missing fanfiction. We were talking about sex robots, so I don't think any of these things.
Unless should we ask the chat? Do they want fanfiction, or would they like to see all the other things we want to talk about?
Yeah, because we want to talk about a lot of things.
There's a lot of, and not that we don't like the fanfictions. It does mean we can make Roddy tell like 2 or 3 stories of it next time.
Yeah, maybe. I would probably do it that way. Okay, so let's not wait for people because I want to show you my trailer of the game that I played. Okay, let's do this.
This city's warped. The Esches are running wild. The Goliaths have gone underground. And something much worse is on the rise. It's damn good for business. Don't take it personally, friend. There are only 3 things I trust in this life. The money, my Mastiff, and my autogun. When it comes to hunting marks in the Hive City, there's only one thing you need to know. The house always wins.
Okay, so
it looks pretty fun.
I mean, it is. I mean, the thing is, like,
what 40K, isn't it?
Yeah, 40K. Yeah, Necromunda hired gun. It's that's why I actually mentioned it like as a similar game. It's because like Max Payne is about mobility and just like shooting stuff. Like at the end, it's about like the mobility through the like with the time abilities, and it's actually there's like in this game you also get like time like how would I say, like time warping abilities, which makes it quite a lot of fun. But I haven't got to that point yet because I have played for just a few hours right now, and it's what I would say, like it gets the shooting right, and that's like a really important thing. Like it feels just like powerful. Just like it, just the basic SMG that you have there, like it feels that it just like shreds your enemies, and then you can actually see like the blood just like splattering around. And it's like it's 40K game, so it's violent, and like you can actually aim through sights, but I found that it's kind of just like useless when you are like in the general combat. Like it's good for like if you want to shoot something on distance, but if you're actually like playing the game right, it's really similar to Doom or Doom Eternal. Like in the way of like you just like running through the whole area, you like running on the wall, you are just like doing double jumps and shooting everywhere. Like you just like holding the trigger and just shooting and shooting and shooting, and it's really satisfying to shoot those guys. And it's just because there's also like a lot of mechanics based on the like, yeah, you get, if you get damage and you shoot someone back, you get the health back. So it means that like it really incentivizes you to keep shooting, keep running, keep just like, and you do more like you can have modifiers that you do more damage if you're like sliding on the floor, you do more damage when you're running on the wall, you do more. It's just like it makes the combat a lot of fun and variable, and it's you get like skills, grappling hook. It works. It really works. And also like it has this 40K.
Is there any story?
Yeah, the story is basically like Necromunda story. Like if you know Warhammer, you know Necromunda, and basically it's like if you don't, it's like one of the biggest worlds, like with the like huge city. Do you know like Warhammer 40K cities? The Hive cities? Okay, it's basically, it's the best place to live. It's just a city built so huge that it's like sometimes it collapses down, and in the rubbles they just like build more and build more and build, and then it just like collapses. And so like a lot of people actually get to live in these ruins of the older parts of the city, and like a lot of industry is actually down there, and it's basically toxic as fuck. And because the city's houses like billions of people, like billions and billions of people, it's basically impossible to have any kind of order in the whole city. And in these depths of the cities are like gangs are warring, because it's based on the tabletop game Necromunda, which is about gang wars. So it's like Warhammer gang wars, and like just sometimes like the what it's called, Adeptus Arbites, which are basically cops in Warhammer universe, just go there sometimes on raids just to kill everything, just to keep it down a bit, just to like because they just go there with anything heavy and just like killed everyone. And it's like they will just, some other people will go there like later, they will start new gangs, they will become more powerful, so that means that the Arbites go there and kill them all, and again and again and again. That's how it goes there.
Although it sounds like you're playing a hired gun mercenary guy.
And you're playing
it's the name.
Yeah, hired gun, that because those gangs killed someone that they didn't supposed to kill, which made them like public enemy number one. So you are like hunting them down. So yeah, and of course it's Warhammer game, so there's a lot of horror, a lot of chaos, because there's like problem with also like that's usually where in the cities, because that's the problem of hive cities, that people are so desperate that they basically throw themselves to the chaos, and the chaos corrupts, and so
lots
usually
of existential dread.
Yeah, so like it's really great, and the way it gets the scale, that's like the most important thing about this game. It really gets the scale of Warhammer, which mean it's like when there's not a train, there's a city that moves on a rails. That's how I put it. Like that, because that's the scale of Warhammer. And it's like I just like even the beginning when you're supposed to open a gate, and the gate, because in Warhammer the AI is outlawed, and it's like anything more complicated is outlawed. So of course there's a servitor like connected to that, and you are negotiating with the servitor to open the gate, which means that you just like beat up the shit out of that servitor. It's like that's how you negotiate to open the gate. If like some poor guy strapped to the like not able to move with all the limbs amputated, just like being used for one purpose thing, which is just to open the gate. It's like it's kind of a brutal game.
Hold on, I need to check something. I need to make sure this is real. But I'm thinking we may have an actual trailer for Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring. Nice.
Oh. Yeah. Hold on, linking it up.
Okay.
Come on.
God damn it, James, move faster.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Faster, god damn it, I'm so close.
It's added. Okay, let's get ready. Put it on. So fresh for us. I don't know if this is good or not.
The tarnished will soon return, guided by grace once lost. The Golden Order is broken to its core.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame.
fight, and they will die in an unending curse. For how else is a champion or a lord to be born?
Well, a lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee now!
Brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
Looks sick as fuck.
Oh, okay.
You essentially teamed up two guys there who were like, I love when people struggle and their character dies. And George R. R. Martin was like, what a coincidence.
But I'm just like, I have to admit, this looks kind of sick.
I mean, like like from the first shots, it was like too much of a like dark, like in the way of like I was like, this is just another Dark Soul. Like I know it's
from software game.
I know it's from them. It's like, but still, like you would like at least not assume. It's more like you would hope that they will make something, you know, like kind of not Dark Soul.
Martin,
yeah.
Did you even see the horse?
But what I wanted to say,
there was a horse, Martin.
Yeah, that's completely different. Then
I feel like they're taking a lot of elements from their other games, including Sekiro. I'm feeling bits of that in there.
But what I kind of like got when I got into it, it was more about when I was thinking like it's not about the game per se, like for me, but the bosses. Like I was thinking like this is the game that like the bosses are like. Because I would say that in modern games, like mostly the bosses are not that important. Like it's more about the like just general gameplay, and usually just like forget about the bosses. But like the truth is that Dark Souls like had them right, and I would like in this case it seems that they are really inventive. Like I would say, like the giant hand. I was thinking like that's kind of cool. Like I would know, or the
I
guy
just saw
with,
that just going about. I'm like,
yeah, the guy with a lot of hands. I mean, like I was just hello there, but then
several Kenobi arms.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like it actually like the bosses are going to be fun. I mean, like I'm not Souls kind of guy, but I will probably watch someone crush the boss.
I've tried multiple times to get into Dark Souls, and I get better every time. So it probably feels like by the time I'm 80, I'll probably finally complete Dark Souls 1. But at the same time, I did buy the trilogy for cheap. I was getting quite far in Sekiro, apart from I think I got to a bit where I've been through so many bosses, it was like, okay, I'm getting really tired. I need a break, and then I never went back. I feel so bad about that. If I do go back to Sekiro, it's going to be from the beginning, because I can't just do it from that bit. Because I'm like, what did I do? I don't have my patterns down. But at the same time, the game, I still want to try things like Elden Ring because it's looking good. But then apparently it feels like, is it definitely going to come out in January, or is it going to be delayed? That's what I'm kind of wondering about.
Well, you know what isn't going to be delayed in the meantime?
You want to put in your one? Go on then.
Oh yeah.
For our sponsor, Call of Duty Warzone.
Do what you are told.
Use pure Baptist to check out!
I knew you were a smart one. Secure the site. Cold War just turned hot. We've located the satellite. Raptor 1, my team's about to be overrun. I am death.
I mean, I don't know why Call of Duty continues to just up the whole, like, the military fantasy stuff instead of, like the, holy shit, was that a skyscraper-sized zombie with a giant club hand? Like, they should really lean into that stuff. Like, what if they had that same thing, like, all that militaristic stuff happen, and then just suddenly zombies?
Suddenly zombies. But I think it also doesn't help that I'm having to laugh how they're...
What if the next game was that?
I'm more laughing how they're...
What if Resident Evil and Call of Duty just fucking smushed together? It would actually be great.
Technically, they kind of did that with PUBG at one point.
I mean, also there's this like huge, I would almost say philosophical problem, because like one is about not corporation being good, it's more like the system is kind of good and it fights for the right stuff, and then the Resident Evil is kind of, no, the system is completely fucked up and like you cannot trust cooperation and anyone.
Again, yeah, that's true, because think of things like most zombie things, like we'll say Last of Us, it's like people are the real monsters.
Yeah,
Resident Evil, no, corporations are the actual fuck. You know the thing I shared, and I'm just like, I agree with it completely. That's what you were getting a bit from, but it makes sense. You have to admit.
People are the real monsters. What about that guy over there? Look, that's a real monster.
I mean, but then you have like Call of Duty.
Evil is.
No, like the Call of Duty. No, it's not. People are the real monsters. It's more like the guys from the different country are the real monsters, guys. I mean, like most of the Call of Duties are like those damn foreigners. They are just trying to destroy America. I mean, that's how it is. That's how it is. Like the Call of Duty, it's mostly about that.
Although speaking of shooters, apparently there's been some recent drama involving the announcement of one of the ones that's in my list.
Yeah. Recent drama in gaming world.
Yeah, I said in gaming world.
It never happened before.
I know, right? But no, it's because in this case, this is a multiplayer only game. There's no story mode or whatever. The problem is, like, people don't really go for Battlefield for the story.
Let us play the trailer,
right? Oh, we play trailer.
Play the trailer, Dad.
Okay.
Play trailer, Dad.
Okay. Calm down. I got it.
If I don't fear,
Oh, he's a good boy. These are a bunch of bad boys. Seriously?
I mean, this is the most realistic Battlefield trailer that I've ever seen. I mean, I experienced most of these things that I've seen there. Like when I'm while playing Battlefield.
Flying a plane, then using a rocket launcher, then just getting back into the cockpit.
I mean, I never managed to do that, but I've seen people being able to do that. Like it's, but but pretty much that's how the game is played. That was the fun. Like that's how the game is really played. Like they embrace.
Straight up though. Straight up, like fuck off to whoever mixed that trailer. Why would you use Motley Crue, one of the most high-paced, pedal-to-the-metal fucking bands of all time, and then go, hey, I know what will make this really cool, slow it all the way down, remove a bunch of bars and all the bits of the song that are actually really crunchy and cool. Yeah. You know who's everyone's favorite Motley Crue member? Vince. They'll love that.
It's like, at least for stuff like, you know, songs like, I don't know, Rolling Stones Painted Black. At least when it was done for a Call of Duty thing, they got the gunplay and the drums all working together, and it was pretty awesome. This just feels very...
I was gonna...
I mean, I don't know the
I was gonna quip like, hey, we're Seven Nation Army. And then it was Motley Crue, and I was just like really let down.
But some of the stuff does look fantastical, and apparently it is just a multiplayer only game, but most people I know play Battlefield for the multiplayer.
I mean, like that's the thing. Like I played Battlefield campaigns, and they were just all of them were shit. I would put it that way. Like I never played.
What about Battlefield Hardline for campaign?
Oh yeah, that was the shittiest one. Oh, like I mean, like that was just so because the point was that it wasn't Battlefield at that point. Like the thing is that like it just didn't work for me because it was completely different game. Like it just like it wasn't Battlefield.
Well, at that point, that one was made specifically by Visceral, as in the guys that made Dead Space, and EA forced them to make that game.
Yeah,
and
so,
then that was their last game, and then they were just basically torn apart.
Yeah, but I've played all the other Battlefield campaigns, and they were just disappointing. And I've spent most of my time I spent on Battlefield 3. Like that was the most like played Battlefield for me. But I didn't get that much to Battlefield 4, which had this like there was this tornado, and the tornado that was the thing that they've added in 4 that basically the map changes at some point in the way of like there's some like huge wave or like a huge storm or something like that. It happens during the multiplayer and it changes the map, and suddenly you are playing basically on something kind of different. So you need to like you don't know where it's going to happen, so you need to how would I say like make the strategy according to changes that are happening on the battlefield. Yeah. Like you just need to change your strategy in this way, which like makes it fun. And then like you have actually like all of these things that they are doing there, like that's how usually you can use, like for example I'm kind of the things that surprised me is, for example, like as they were using the quad bike to take down the helicopter, like the most surprising thing to me was like it didn't have any C4 on. Like that's how usually it would go on like in a battlefield, because that's like since the Battlefield 1942 it was the same thing. Like you just like took the Jeep, you just like just placed a lot of explosive on it and then just like drive it to enemy tank and just like blow it up. That's how people play the game. Like that's a lot of things that like they were done. Or like
what's interesting.
Even the people. Even the people, exactly, like getting catapulted from the plane, taking a rocket launcher and shooting down the other plane, and then getting back to the plane. That's just how people play the game. It's like if you are really skilled in that. Like I still remember my totally lucky shot in Battlefield 3. I was just driving the tank. I've seen an enemy helicopter like 1.5 kilometers away. I was like, fuck you. I just like took that 105mm cannon, just like shoot vaguely in his direction. I just like flew into it and just exploded. I got achievement eagle-eyed. I was like, fuck you. It's like these, because like usually you play the Battlefield for these kind of experiences, because it's like they give you so many tools that you can use in so many ways. And they also have this like great map there that they actually started the trailer with that, with the cliff jump, which is like so much fun, because like because in this multiplayer you were basically going through the map, like trying to capture point by point, and then when you captured a part of the map, it just like spread it, like the respawn points changed. And so the enemies were like in some other places, and then like this one is based in that you just like attack the base on top of the cliff, and when you manage to get it, then they will get the base under the cliff, and the cliff is like kilometer at least, like kilometers jump. So yeah, like so most of the time you there's a helicopter, but that's boring. Like you can fly there by a helicopter, or you can just jump down. And you can jump down and then just like get on the, like open your parachute, then take a rocket launcher, shoot someone down, you get on the ground, like start shooting everywhere. It's just so much fun. Like I mean, like this game is fun. Like for
so that's
me,
why
like,
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering. The next true question is: do you think you'll get Battlefield 2042?
I mean, like actually, I'm kind of like the most excited for Battlefield in a long time. Like after watching this trailer, because like the
thing is that, but that's the thing. It's, the gameplay trailer is not for a wee while. Well, not till another few days.
Yeah, but still, like that's. But I actually added trailer to Battlefield 3 because that kind of like captures how it feels to play Battlefield. Sometimes can I play it?
Let's put up. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll touch it.
Caspian border.
I get it.
played.
It's actually taken
Peggy
from
18.
one multiplayer game. They just like shot from the like perspective of players. I mean, it actually works in the game in the way of like because there's like several battlefields in a way, because you have the, you know, like if you're just a grunt on the ground, well, you are mostly shooting other grounds. But if you are like start winning and you gotta manage to push them back, you can help your tank division that is there, because like you can actually take care of your rocket launcher, another tank, which makes you know, like more. You push this way, or you know, if you gain any kind of air superiority, you can shoot down enemy helicopters, which means that suddenly your helicopters are more active on the battlefield, so they support you, or you get like, you know, it's all this like things happening at once, and also it's kind of like trying to balance it in the way that the losing team sometimes like get their spawns faster and all these things, so it makes it more balanced in this way as well. So yeah, like
most of my experience, it's just most of my experience in Battlefield tends to be from admittedly watching animations. There was a thing called Battlefield Friends I used to kind of watch a lot, which, as well as making fun of the game, they're also almost talking about the mechanics you're talking about in the game as well, including how some people just kind of break them sometimes.
Yeah, that's the as I said, like if I Battlefield stunt, I don't know what I gonna. Yeah, that's interaction jet swap. Yeah, like let's go with this. It's a 1 minute video. I stopped playing clips, but that's pretty much what was shown in the trailer. Just snipe the guy. Yeah, it can happen. You can snipe a guy from his own plane and then take it. I don't know.
And that's just fun.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. There was one thing I wanted to add to the whole Battlefield thing, just the thing I was talking about, and thankfully this animation's short.
Okay.
But just to see if you guys kind of like it. So, hold on. Cooking.
Okay, we're gonna take the stairs. You cover the escalators, okay?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, got it. All right, let's do it.
All right, you know what you're doing?
Think so.
What you gonna do?
I don't know.
All right, I need you to lay down a suppressive fire. Do you know what that is?
Shoot the bad guy.
Try to shoot them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, here they come.
Okay.
All right.
Did you see the pack I threw down?
What? Yeah, the health pack. Fine.
That's a medical pack.
I know what that is,
So
dumbass.
if you get hurt.
All right, lay down suppressive fire now.
Oh! Okay, hold up. Med pack is. Oh yeah, here, clear! Look, I found these.
What the defibrillators?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, defibrillators. Did you kill them?
Who? Okay, clear! This is great. You can never die.
What? Yeah, I can't. You got it.
Damn it. Clear! Okay.
Kill them, damn it!
Menu, why do you have the small gun?
Because that's what you get revived as. I don't know.
Yeah, but do the big gun.
No, I can't do the big gun.
It's better. Clear!
We'll shoot these guys. They're still killing us.
I am shooting them.
No, you're not. You got your defibrillator out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. Pack. Again, pack. Oh, this gun is smaller than... Oh, God. Clear!
Can you just let me die? Let me die.
Sure.
Hey, we're pretty pinned down back there. How's it going over here?
Pretty good. I got these.
Okay.
Clear!
It is a silly show.
It is.
It is.
And it's gone through all the various battlefields as well.
I mean, but this is pretty much like this
What?
like specific map is just one huge corridor. Like usually how you play, like I played medic there, and I just like kept reviving everyone. That was the best strategy there, because everyone was like keep dying in like really small spot, so you can get you can farm a lot of points there this way. And also it was a kind of useful because like they didn't need to run from the spawn. But yeah, that was pretty much how it was played, like this map particularly.
Basically, I'd recommend looking up the series Battlefield Friends. You'll be amused for hours. Although admittedly the same it's the same animator that did the horror Mickey cartoons on Newgrounds. Help you out your memory. Remember it at all, buddy.
Probably not sure.
Newgrounds full of dark memories. Now, I just want to ask, who put Space Jam on the list? Because I totally forgot about it.
I actually didn't know.
Space Jam's the thing again. We're in the 90s. People are wearing colorful clothes, Fila trainers, and casual racism is still abundant.
But I guess, I feel like with this Space Jam, it's like
Unlike
the original
now.
Space Jam never happened. Well, let's put on the trailer anyway. So, clickety click.
Clickety click.
Welcome, King James.
I'm a cartoon? Ah, I'm shorter than Kevin Hart. No.
What's up, Doc?
Bugs, bring it here, man.
What brings you to Tonewad, Doc?
The computer dude kidnapped my son. No! What in the Matrix hell? Hey, what'd you do to my son?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball.
You want to play me in basketball? I need to assemble an elite team.
You need a dream team. I'll take it from here. Sam, shoot the ball. Let's try that again, shall we?
We'll get your son back. I promise.
What's happening?
Up the jam.
I look expensive.
Introducing the Goon Squad.
What's that? I got it. Oh, she got me. I'm not a betting duck, but my money's on the other team.
Pump up the jam. Yo, King. You're about to lose your family. Got the world in my hand. Everything you love.
Well, at least we're good.
Oh, and I almost forgot. all of the tunes will be deleted, so...
Come on, guys. The Toon Squad doesn't give up.
If we're going out loony.
Up the jam.
You gotta win this game and get our son back.
Up the jam.
Let's go, Toons.
I got hops.
It's on.
Coming off the bench, Wile E. Coyote. The machine's producing multiple Wile E. Coyotes.
Well, that happened. We need a boost. A secret weapon.
Come on, man. Granny's out here having a martini at halftime.
Haters gonna hate.
What do we think?
I'm feeling like so the original Space Jam never happened. It feels like seems like a reboot.
Yeah.
I like the actresses there because I remember her from Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
But I'm just like
Sonequa Martin Green.
Thank you. But it's just I'm not feeling anything much for this movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
First
Some
of all,
little funny bits.
do you know was the origin of Space Jam like itself as a property?
About why it was made? No,
Yeah,
I just
originally.
knew it existed. I just remember it existed, and I bought the soundtrack because the soundtrack's pretty awesome.
Okay, the original of that was a series of ads with Michael Jordan that had a body in a Bugs Bunny, and it's like it actually worked. They were popular. I think it was the Nike's commercials. I think.
So thought we can make a movie out of this.
Exactly, and it was like really popular at the time. So they decided that they will like, okay, it's kind of stupid to connect these things. Like, we actually, I don't even know why we connected Michael Jordan with Bugs Bunny, but like, it works somehow. So like they kind of have a chemistry, or it works on some level. So let's do a movie with that, which is kind of stupid idea, but yeah, it worked. Like kids like that.
Made money.
It sold well. It did. Even as a kid, I remember enjoying the movie. Thought it was an awesome thing. See, as an adult,
so did
especially when you're thinking of Bill, Bill Murray, and you're like, oh, Bill.
Also,
Bill.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. That was really weird there. But then like this doesn't make sense in a way of like it doesn't has the legacy of it. You know, like if like there's no point why it should be basketball. Like it was there before, like because of the commercials, it like makes sense based on that. But now the only thing that makes sense is that it's a sequel or like soft reboot or hard reboot. I don't care. So yeah.
Especially because before it was Space Aliens, now it's some weird AI thingamabob, or
Also,
I don't know. There's nothing making sense in this. Before it was like aliens are coming to do things. That made sense for some weird.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know the
Go on, man.
connection. I know the connection.
Please enlighten us.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Fucked Lola Bunny.
Of course.
And what came out was a super being, not of this earth, that molded itself to the burgeoning technology of the time in the 90s, which was the World Wide Web. And he became Don Cheadle in form, but hated his existence and sought to find ways to ruin his father's career and his legacy. And so he took the greatest basketball player of our time now and uses him to bring down the very heroes of Toon World that his father saved, and just put both in and just destroy them and get some kind of catharsis from that, because Lola Bunny's his mum. And Michael Jordan fucked
They
Lola
actually
Bunny.
kept it. That's incredible. Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening too much to your conspiracy, but okay, I will tell you that's kind of a niche information, but spacejam.com like exists, of course, like because the
I remember the original website. Yeah.
And
Still up.
the original website was still up until they until the new movie came out, because obviously they will Google it. But they kept it in a way of like, if you write spacejam.com/1996, like you will get the old site. So they kept it. They didn't delete it. They just like wanted, okay, like we need to keep this masterpiece. Let's face it. Like I cannot call it any other name.
I'm having to deal with the fact it's been 25 years, right?
Oh, yep, 25 years.
I'm just. I don't feel old. Oh.
Yeah. But
old man.
I know.
As I said, like I don't feel anything
Your
watching
dick
the
is
trailer.
35 years old.
But honestly, then I have to say, like it might be very, very enjoyable for kids and like some other people that don't
this
care.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it might be. It
Like,
might be just.
This movie isn't for muggins here.
Yeah.
If I had kids, I'd take them to see this movie because I'd be like, "Oh fuck yeah, I like Space Jam when I was a kid. My kid might enjoy this one." Because that's who it's for.
True.
It's for the kids. A lot of guys are like, "Why can't I fuck Lola Bunny anymore? Why doesn't she have hips and tits?" It's like, first off, it's not for you. Second off, what the fuck? If you're really having this problem with inanimate or non-feeling entities, then I have a great brothel in the Czech Republic that you can go to.
I know.
Where you don't have to deal with a real
in certain
woman.
circles who would have the perfect costume for you, buddy. Lee. But, however, I have something else on the list that was just a bit more teased today, which is something I'm really looking forward to, and the music's awesome. If people are willing to watch.
I don't know.
Kevin Smith of Mallrats and Dogma fame presents Masters of the Universe Revelation. So allow me to click.
Time after time you try to take this castle, but you will never succeed, Skeletor.
Call your champion.
I'd just love it if randomly at some episode, probably like midway to 3/4 of the way through the series that's going to come out, the actual, that whole point of the thing being called Revelation is just suddenly He-Man is like face to abs with Skeletor, and he's like, "Dear God, I'm gay now," and then we get a full catharsis for like, because that's what She-Ra's done. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power is like, they just went more gay. This needs more gay, and everyone was like, "How much gay do you need, sir?" And they were like, God damn it, just give me all the gay you possibly can, and then some. Get me the L, get me the G, get me the B, get me the T, get me the Q, the I, the A, the A, the plus.
And it
the
worked.
Q, the 2, the 1.
It was a good.
It's like, oh my God, sir, we can't
It was
get
a good
it
series,
all in
though.
there.
You have to admit.
I like it.
Yeah, ditto. But this is a different kind of thing. This seems to be, apparently, it is meant to be set after the original series of the 80s. But this is hyped up to hell, and this is directed by Kevin Smith. You've got Skeletor being voiced by Mark Hamill, which oddly fits. Although I do laugh that the original voice of Skeletor is in the voice cast, but he's being this other person called Mossman, who, I mean, I've never watched much of He-Man at all. I was more a Transformers guy.
Hang on. How old is the actor for Skeletor? He must be in his 70s at least.
Probably. Especially when you've got the legendary voice going, yeah! Yeah! Hey, man! Except now I keep thinking it's Brock Baker.
He-Man Skeletor, Frank Langella. Yeah. And he... Oh,
that's from the movie.
Oh.
How old are you?
No, he's 1938. Born 1938. Which makes him 62, 80, 83, yeah, possibly. Yep, okay, that works. 83.
Old and alive.
Man's old as fuck.
He's a badass. All I can say is I'm looking forward to the series. It seems to be. It feels like the anime. I need to look. It feels like, what is it? The Powerhouse team, the guys that do.
No. Sorry. No, sorry. I was actually looking. Somehow I managed to find the thing that I didn't anticipate to find, because the first one was, of course, the fucking movie. Sorry.
Yeah, Frank Langella is from the movie.
Yeah. Sorry. You actually said it. You actually said it.
Skeletor.
Voice actor.
Apparently,
I would like it if. Who is it?
I'm just like, give me a few. Frank, it's Lane, Alan Oppenheim. Fucking, I'm trying to find it, and it's kind of voice of Skeletor.
Frank Langella. Frank Langella is the one you're thinking of, or is it?
That's the guy that I actually found. Frank Langella.
Or was it Alan Oppenheimer is the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Alan Oppenheimer. Yeah. And we can actually see that he's in the new Skeletor. Yep.
90.
Yep.
91.
Yep.
He's 91.
Yep. It's 1930s.
He's also known for doing. He did Ming the Merciless and Flash Gordon.
Oh god.
He was even the voice of.
That did not age well.
The voice of Primeval in the 1986 TV series Filmation's Ghostbusters. I don't think that's the same thing as. I don't think it's the same thing as the real Ghostbusters, which was the series based on the film. Ghostbusters was a completely different thing.
I'm just trying.
But no, he's done a lot of things. Yeah. And Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I mean, Brotherhood. Spiel. He was in Fallout Brotherhood of Steel.
Spiel.
He spoke the. Yes, Spiel. Yes, you have Spiel.
Spiel.
Spiel. Brotherhood of Steel. He spoke the part of Harold, an aged mutated survivor of a nuclear holocaust.
Yeah.
Which I don't know it, but then.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But. And of course, he's weirdly enough also in Space Jam: A New Legacy. I've just read up there. Yes, he's being someone called. He's being someone called Mayor Fleming, with the phlegm part being especially there.
Should in Fallout 4 as well.
This is a good year for him.
Okay.
He's also in Adventure Time. He's been in a lot of Star Treks.
Yeah,
he just seems to be a guy who's in everything.
I know. I'm just intrigued by the whole thing because I like looking at voice actors and seeing everything they've done. It's just otherwise he's in it, but I laugh how he's not having to be Skeletor this time. But Mark Hamill as Skeletor, not a bad choice to be honest. Really.
Yeah, we are actually discussing that.
Like ideally, it would just be like they approached him as like, we're gonna make Skeletor super fucking gay for He-Man.
First of all,
he's like, no, you'll ruin my character.
I think it's Mark apparently was going to finally retire from voice acting for like the 5th time, but then Kevin Smith is like, hey, dude, you want to work together again? I've got something here for you. Fucking awesome.
Oh, that's horrible. That's fucking awful.
What's awful?
Well, I've just noticed like he was in Jumanji, and I was like, nope, that's not what he was in. He was in Jumanji, 40-episode show, animated Jumanji. Oh, that's fucking disgusting. I mean, like most of.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It looks horrible. It looks so horrible. Oh, the
I watched
animation.
it.
Wait,
I
they were.
actually liked it.
Wait,
Oh.
wait, who was in? Wait, are you talking about Alan Oppenheimer or something else?
Yeah. Like he's in 2 episodes, but
I don't see anything saying about Jumanji.
yeah, it's there. Like I was
Oh.
going to his IMDb.
Oh, dude. Oh, he's in God of War 2 as Prometheus.
Yeah,
the guy we burn.
yeah,
Sorry,
he
I'm
made
going
that-
right. We got.
Yep, he's in Jumanji TV series Ludwig von Richter. Ludwig von Richter. It's the name of his character. Yeah, it's okay.
Although one final thing from him,
Yeah.
he's also the legendary Falcor of Neverending Story. Just to put that
nice.
final bit in.
That's nice. But they are like for me the weirdest one is actually finding out that there's a Jumanji TV series. That's
That's not real. That can't be real.
It has
Really?
40 episodes and already seems to know it.
Ah.
It ran for 3 seasons. I mean, like, animation doesn't look good. Ooh.
It's not.
I remember there was a Mummy series at one point. I don't remember a Jumanji series.
Okay.
There's even a weird series. I'm just haunted by a lot. Now, the thing is, we're at the time of night. There are still 3 things to watch, one of which is very, very, very recent as of today.
Yeah.
And very, very short.
Yeah, play that, and we will end on the high note because we will get high, or I don't know. Very, very short. It's
Fate. It soars on the wind. It rises from the grave. It stalks the ocean floor. You cannot hide from fate. But you can make your own.
Roll for initiative, suckers!
Obviously, I'm gonna get it. But you know,
All
no
I know
game,
is
no
so
hype.
far, barely information. I know it's based inspired from that whole D&D thing that happened in Borderlands 2.
Yeah, it was
But this
very
seems to be
popular
its
DLC.
But this is its own thing, and the fact is basically saying the parts of roll for initiative. So there definitely seems to be some influence in that. Andy Samberg's in it.
Yeah.
Will Arnett and Wanda Sykes. And I'm just like,
That's
and
bad.
Butt Stallion because Butt Stallion.
Of course, Royal Highness.
But I'm just, I can't help but be intrigued by this. But part of me is like, what? Especially because this is not an added-on DLC for like what, Season Pass 3 or whatever the fuck ever for Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit miffed off with. I get they have to do all these several season passes in order to still get money, but this is just. But I'm still hyped for this.
I mean, yeah, like I actually now my friend's Facebook status makes sense because she's a Tiny Tina cosplayer. So, like now it makes like what she was writing there. I was like, what the fuck is going? Like, what something Borderlands? I was like, and then like, okay, yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah.
Hence, I'm wondering, it's going to be something based in this world, so barely any interaction with the Borderlands world, apart from maybe Tiny Tina being the dungeon master over the whole thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it could be something else completely different.
Yes, Monty Pythons would say. Well, yep, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, next week there will be the whole E3 garbage.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, we shouldn't probably talk about anything else then.
We should talk about anything else. Okay, fair enough. Oh,
we shouldn't talk about okay,
about.
like that.
I'm only going to pick 3 things from E3 that I actually like. Because if I remember E3 properly through the years, there's only ever like 1 or 2 things I actually like from E3 proper.
Okay.
So,
let's do it a mission. Let's
games.
all of us let's try to find something unique from E3 in a way of
But remember, the rules. No game, no hype.
Has to have gameplay footage involved.
If you don't have the game.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, guys. Have a nice, awesome night, and I'll see you next time because we are actually ending this wonderful stream. And I want to thank you. Of course, I want to thank to our chat that was almost active sometimes at some points, and have